MotorWeek is made possible by Rock Auto, Tire Rack, and Die Hard.
Well, you know, VW isn't the only foreign car maker to be building their cars here in the U.S. Some people thought they were taking quite a gamble, though, when they started. You see, the gospel, according to some car enthusiasts, is that we can't make them here like they do over there. The conventional wisdom says that U.S. labor is hard to deal with, and our suppliers' quality unreliable. So why would anyone want to start a new car manufacturing operation in Ohio yet, the heart of the old manufacturing Midwest? I guess somebody didn't tell the designer of our next road test subject the facts of life, or maybe they just saw them a bit differently.
Here we have the newest American-made car, a car that once and for all should silence all those cynics that say our cars just aren't up to snuff. A car that quiets all those importers who say it's not the parts but how they're put together that counts. Of course, it does look very familiar. It should be. Made of American and Japanese parts, assembled in Marysville, Ohio, it's the domesticated Honda Accord front-wheel drive four-door sedan. And it seems that in its 8,000-mile translation, it's lost nothing in quality of body fit and paint finish. Not only was this Accord's appearance flawless, it was actually better than the Accord hatchback made over there that we tested last year. You'd be hard-pressed to see any noticeable difference between theirs and ours. And how can you tell it's made in the US of A? Well, look closely at the door jamb manufacturer's plate. But frankly, it will probably go unnoticed as you're distracted by the comfortable and plush-looking interior. Durable knit fabrics abound and cover the too flat and for some too hard front bucket seats. Since Americans prefer automatics, our Accord has a floor-shifting 4-speed nestled under a wide, if confused-looking dash. The trend towards high-tech, complex-looking dashboards needs a bit of tempering for our taste, including the heater temperature control, which is awkward to adjust. The instrument cluster itself is an excellent and glare-free design. It's complete with trouble diagram, gear indicator, water, fuel, and a huge tack. The low rear door sill makes for easy entry, and the contoured front seat backs give plenty of knee room. Headroom, by the way, is also adequate for 6-foot-tall passengers. A nice touch down by the driver is not only a trunk release, but an extra trunk lock for added security. Inside that cavern, you'll find a huge flat floor that, while covering the spare tire, provided gobs of room for Old Glory, our 4 bags, and lots more. Only the high liftover height might be a bother. Under the front opening hood, you'll find another vestige of this Accord's birthplace, a Delco battery. From all appearances, engine servicing should be above average for front-drive subcompacts. New for 1984 is a 1.83-liter overhead cam 4-cylinder power plant similar to the Prelude's. The Accord's 85 horsepower, when delivered through the improved 4-speed automatic, provides about 7% less performance than the standard 5-speed manual. That translates into a 0 to 60 time of 13.5 seconds. In the average range and 1 second slower than the manual. The 4-speed automatic shifts even smoother for 1984, though there's a lot of downshifting required going uphill. And we still find a passing time of 6 seconds slower than we'd like, and a 500-foot stoplight sprint of 10.2 seconds and 53 miles per hour disappointing. Handling, on the other hand, was also better on this domestic car than the previous imported hatchback. But the flatness of cornering and far less tendency for rear-end swing-out is probably due more to the better weight distribution on this 3-boxer than in point of origin. The variable assisted power rack and pinion steering is one of the best around. And you can see the stability provided by the Accord's 4-wheel independent suspension as the car navigates an emergency lane change, nary a flinch. Handling also owes much to the very wide, again U.S.-made, Goodyear Corsa GT tires. This was our first car with Corsas, and we were impressed. They helped enormously in braking, too, contributing to short halts of only 34 feet from 30 miles per hour. However, we did hear more tire thumping and tread grinding than usual. This is probably due to the European-type tread design and rubber compound that gives up something in tire life for adhesion. Regardless, panic stops from 55 were even more outstanding with an average of only 101 feet. We did notice the power disc drums grab more at speed and some rear wheel lockup. Stops, though, were straight and secure with no fade. Our Accord's curb-to-curb turning diameter of 35 feet is at the poorer end of the small car average and about a foot wider than specifications call for.
The Accord also seems quieter than we actually experienced. 71 decibels at 55 miles per hour, a slightly better than average showing. The only real surprise was mileage. The EPA rates the 1984 Accord automatic at 29 city and 41 highway. Our test loop over suburban roads yielded only 29. Let's hope that since the car was only 1,500 miles old, improvements will come with age. Honda still charges a premium for its cars, $8,549 base and $10,300 for the LX automatic four-door sedan. But that does seem to buy overall quality wherever Accords come from. A speedometer that consistently read 9% too high was the only mechanical fault found on our test car. It's important that Honda should now make their high-value, upmarket cars in America. It's good for Honda and it's good for Ohio. With more than luck, we hope the designs will continue to be good and the workforce dedicated to give the Marysville Honda plant a life as long as Old Glory waves. And that's it, so we'll see you next week on MotorWeek.